I use Claude almost every single day, and for the first few months I was opening it up, typing a question, getting an answer and closing the tab every single session. So I was basically starting from scratch, re-explaining who I am, what I'm trying to build and what I need help with. And here's the slightly embarrassing part. I thought that was just how it worked.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
I didn't realize that there are actually 5 specific features inside Claude that turn it from a slightly smarter search engine into something that actually works for your brain. And if you're also an ADHD creator who's trying to use AI tools without feeling completely overwhelmed, I've actually put together a free AI toolkit for you. It's got ADHD friendly AI prompts to help you with everything from coming up with video ideas to scripting, filming, editing, completely free. Links down below if you're interested. So the first feature I want to talk about is Claude projects. I recently made a video about this explaining exactly how to set up a Claude project. So in case you have no idea how to do that, go and check out that video first. But essentially a Claude project, it's a dedicated space in Claude where Claude already knows everything about you before you type out a single word. So you set it up once and every conversation inside that project starts with all of that context already loaded up. So I've got my Creator Compass project that is basically my go-to project for everything YouTube related. I've got one called my personal progress partner. That is essentially my entire journaling system that I've built with Claude. So I'll open up Claude and I'll just tell it all about my day, you know, everything that happened, everything that went well, all the things that were stressing me out, and it kind of just helps me process everything but also see it through an ADHD lens as well. We are in the middle of a heat wave over here, which is probably why you can see I'm sweating so much even though it's not even 10 in the morning. I'm trying to film this batch of videos at the coolest possible time of the week, which is basically now. So my brain does not have as much capability as it usually does because of all the heat, so apologies if I go off track in any of the next few videos you see on this channel. It's just really hot over here, guys. We're struggling.
I am melting down.
So here's what I love about Claude projects. For someone with ADHD, where just deciding where to start can actually just ruin your entire work session, removing that decision completely changes things. I just open up the specific project I need and I basically already know exactly what I need to be doing. So the second feature I wanted to talk about is memory. So this one rolled out to literally everyone, including people on the free plan of Claude, and it's probably the most underrated thing that Claude has right now. So memory means that Claude learns who you are across different conversations, not just inside of one project but across everything. Your name, your goals, your communication style, what you keep coming back to. Basically means that every new chat that you now have with Claude builds on top of the last one. So for me personally, Claude knows that I have ADHD. It knows I've got a very energetic 3-year-old son called Charlie. It knows I'm trying to build this YouTube channel around AI tools and ADHD while also working a 9-to-5 job. So basically when I open up a new chat and I'll say something like, you know, I'm thinking about rebuilding my entire content system, which is something that people with ADHD do a lot. We tend to want to overly optimize everything before we actually get the important stuff done. Claude basically already knows what that means. It can push back if it knows that I'm just doing that ADHD thing where I'm just going around in circles trying to over optimize. And the best part about this is that working memory is one of the biggest problems for people with ADHD. Claude's memory system, it feels like it was built for that. But the third feature, probably one of the most powerful that Claude has right now, is skills. So a skill is basically a saved set of instructions that tells Claude exactly how to do a specific job. Think of it like this, right? You know how some tasks you do amazingly once, you nail the process, it works perfectly, and then you sit down to do it again and you've completely forgotten and you have no idea where to start. That's ADHD working memory. Claude Skills fixes that problem. I type in one trigger word and Claude knows exactly what to do, what research to do, what format to output the titles, what to prioritize. The difference this makes for me is insane. Skills are basically like outsourcing your own working memory to Claude, so you don't have to remember how to do everything because it's already done. Done. Feature number 4, web search. Claude can look up things in real time. without you opening a single tab, right? And I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a small thing. It sounds like all AI tools should be able to do this, right? But here's what actually happens. Imagine this, right? You're in the middle of a task. You open a browser tab to check one thing, and 40 minutes later, you're watching a video about something that's completely unrelated. But that's not a discipline problem. That's how ADHD brains respond to novelty. So the web search keeps you in one place. Claude finds what you need, brings it back, and you just keep working from there. Everything is in one place, which makes it a lot easier for your brain to keep track of things. The fifth and final feature I wanted to mention is extended thinking. So most of the time, Claude just responds. You type, it thinks for like a second, and then it gives you an answer. That's fine for most cases, but some decisions aren't really small decisions, and for those decisions, like when I need to do deep outlier research for a video, you can tell Claude to slow down and actually work for it properly, and you can actually watch it reason through the problem. Like, it will keep you updated on how it's thinking about things and what it's doing in the background before it gives you the full answer, which is just insane at this point. That's the day and age we're living in right now. It's insane. So those are the 5 Claude features that I wanted to mention. They are all super helpful, and here's what I actually want you to take away from this video. These 5 features, they're not designed to make you more productive. They're designed to reduce friction. The friction between knowing what you want to do and actually getting started with doing it. And if you have ADHD, that friction is usually the entire problem, right? It's the gap between where you are now and where you need to be to begin. These features close that gap. And if you want some help building something like this for yourself, I've actually got a few spots available for my first ever coaching program. It's called the ADHD Action Accelerator. It's basically a 4-week coaching program where I help you build your own AI powered system to post videos more consistently on YouTube. And if you want to see the full walkthrough of exactly how I set up Claude projects for my own ADHD, then check out this video over here next.